Hey, what is up, guys? It's your boy Kingdom Soldier, and I'm back again with another gameplay / commentary. I know that something's a little bit different today, but I'm wondering what it is. Could it be that you can see my face? I know that I've been gone for a long time, guys, and so I wanted to do something special. I'm so close to coming back, it's utterly ridiculous. But I did want to talk to you guys today about a topic, and before I get into it, you'll see that the gameplay that I'm doing is Modern Warfare 3, and I did a game called, or a commentary called, How to Handle a Sniping Clan on Modern Warfare 3. Well, I asked you guys if you wanted to see the full video. This is the full video that you're looking at. And you're also looking at my face. I actually just figured out how to do this. How to put my little face up in the corner of the video. I didn't think that my software could do it, and I used to, you know, kind of complain and beg because I didn't have Sony Vegas, and I thought I had to have Sony Vegas in order to do this. And then I saw that where I overlay my sound clips, I could also be overlaying video clips. So I was like, wait a minute, I could put a video clip in of me talking. And I'm actually recording this right now on my iPhone, so whatever technology I've got to use, I'm willing to use it. Yes, I am still, unfortunately, not back on Xbox Live yet, but I'm really close. I actually went to get internet today from, I think it's called Clear, or they used to be called Clearwire, and right as I was about to make the purchase, they told me that it's not available at my location, at my address. And it was funny because the guy was even telling me that when you get Clear like that, you can live next to someone that can get it and you can't get it. So I don't have it yet, but I'm getting really close. And if you guys notice in the background, this is our new place, the new house that we live in. We're really excited. It's a really big house, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, huge living room. It's pretty awesome, and that's actually what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. So I want to make sure that I'm honest with you guys, and the topic that I want to discuss today is male pride. And although I am a youth pastor and I've been married for a long time, I've got 3 boys, I've got 2 jobs that I like doing, I still struggle like every other male with male pride. And I want to tell you guys the story of how we came into this house. Before I tell you that, what I want to tell you that has to do with pride, because I want to make sure that I'm honest with you guys. You know, I think I told you in a video that we suspended our service, our Comcast service, so that when we moved, we could just turn it back on. Well, in reality, our Comcast service got cut off. We didn't suspend it. I wish we did, but it actually was cut off. And so now we find ourselves in a place where we need to continue paying off our Comcast, and we don't want to go back to them. We actually don't want cable. We want to just do internet. And so that's why we went to Clear, because we could just do internet and not have to get cable. It just didn't work out. So it looks like we may end up having to go with a cable company and doing a contract and all that craziness. But Clear is saying they may have something for us, and hopefully next week I'll be able to figure something out. I really want to get back online with you guys. So back in January of this year, right before I started my YouTube channel, we knew that we were going to get a real good amount of taxes, but I was really struggling in my role as a youth pastor and in my role as a store manager. As a store manager, I was doing a good job. I was working 55, 60 hours a week. I had just gotten through holiday, so I was just, you know, I was just drained, and I decided that I wanted to take a step back at the church because I felt like I wasn't doing the job the way that I should have been doing. And so I actually took a step back, and I asked the church to stop paying me. Now, simultaneously, because my wife and I knew we were going to be getting taxes, and we also had another child, and so we had to figure out how to cart this other child around with all of us, and 5 of us fitting in one vehicle. We went and bought a car. It was our first purchase that we've ever made. It was 2010 Mazda 5. Great car. It's like a little van. So we went and bought that car. And so simultaneously, as I lowered my income because I asked the church to stop paying me, and they were only paying me like a little stipend or something like that, just to teach the kids on Thursday nights and be there on Sundays. And I also increased my expenses by $400+ by doing this car payment. And so we ended up in a really tough spot. And the next 6 months, we had so much tax money that we were able to kind of survive. But what we didn't realize is that all the while, our income was not even close to our expenses, and we didn't realize it until we ran out of tax money. And then we started having to make really tough decisions, like what bill are we going to pay, what bill are we not going to pay, okay, what 3 bills are we going to not pay, and what 1 bill are we going to pay. Okay, let's just make sure that we keep our car and that we keep our home. And eventually it got so bad that last month we even had to reach out to help from my uncle to get our power turned back on. I mean, it was really bad. And I think I told you guys, you know, I was going through a tough decision. There was a video commentary I did where I talked about making tough decisions is hard, and this decision was going to affect my family greatly. And it was funny because one of you guys thought that the decision was to do YouTube full time, and I have like I think at the time I had 80 something subscribers, and so I thought that was funny. But I'm not laughing at you. I just think it's funny, you know. I definitely, if I had like 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 subscribers, would think about it. But I would still do youth ministry. I would just use this as a supplemental income and not have to work at Starbucks. But you know, we found ourselves in a real tough place, and simultaneously, the church and I were in talks about me coming back, but not just coming back and getting a little stipend. Me coming back at like 25 hours a week, getting paid a little bit more money, and that would require me to step down at Starbucks and not be a store manager anymore. So I did go through with that. We started that transition. That is finally official now, to where I have an office. I'm in all the executive staff meetings, all that kind of stuff, and things are going great in the ministry. But at the same time, outside of that, my family was just falling apart, and we got to a point where I was going to have to move my wife to my mom's house 2 hours away, and I was going to have to stay here so that I could keep my jobs. And I wasn't telling anybody about this. And this is the problem with male pride that I wanted to address today, is that male pride causes us as men to be so afraid of being vulnerable and putting ourselves out there and letting other people know what's going on, and specifically letting other men know what's going on, that we take our families into places that they don't need to go. And I lived that firsthand. And luckily, you know, God had my back, and it was nothing but His grace and mercy that brought us to the place where we are, where we have this house. And basically the way we came into this house is that I was sitting with my pastor one day, and we had gotten to the point where we were so broke. You know, we didn't have lights, and we had to get those turned back on, and we knew we were going to have to separate and move apart from each other, and it was just so tragic, and it was so sad. But we just gave up. We were just like, all right, you know what, God, if you want to help us, help us. You know what we need. If this is what we need, living apart, then fine, we'll deal with it. You know, we don't want to do it, but we'll deal with it. And we were tired of hustling. We were tired of borrowing. You know, we were tired of moving money from here to there and borrowing from my 401k and doing all this crazy stuff just to stay afloat. And you know, my pastor was asking me what was going on in my life. So I told him. I just was straight. You know, I threw pride out the window, and I just said, hey, you know, I'm pretty broke, and but I'm still going forward with this ministry. I'm still going forward with my work at Starbucks, but my family's in some trouble, and it looks like Tanya's gonna have to move to Port Angeles. And my pastor was like, what? That's crazy. You're gonna separate your family? And I told him I had no choice, and he didn't like it, but he couldn't do anything about it. But 2 days later, he called me all excited, like, I think I got a solution. I know what we can do. And I was like, what? And he was like, well, the church owns a home, and the people that live in that home are moving, and the church is going to let you move into the home rent-free while still paying you your salary, so that you guys can get caught up, and so that you can get ahead on your bills and figure out what you want to do next. God is good. And that's where we're at right now, is we're in a house that we're living in for free. All we have to pay is utilities. It's a huge home, huge yard. Basketball hoop came with the building out front. It's amazing. It's a great blessing. All the wars in the world, all the broken families, all the single mothers, all the anger, all the hatred, all the fights, everything is a result of male pride. And I want to challenge you men, I want to encourage you men to throw it aside. You're preventing your families from getting what they need. You're preventing yourself from getting what you need by holding on to your pride. There's a job. The job that you need is out there. You just have to tell someone that you need a job. the spouse that you're supposed to have is out there. You just need to tell someone that you're not all that in a bag of chips and that you're a little broken and that you need help. I hope that you guys have gotten something from this, even the ladies that watch my videos. This is Kingdom Soldier, and I'll see you guys next time. Deuces.